$500 million seized. American firm Jane Street Group barred from accessing India's stock market. Hi, I'm Avni Raja and you're watching The Hook Business News Wrap for the week. Here are the top stories. India's market regulator SEBI has temporarily barred American investment firm Jane Street Group from accessing India's securities market. Now, the regulator has accused the American firm of widespread market manipulation. In fact, in its interim order, SEBI has also frozen over $566 million belonging to Jane Street. According to the order, that's the total amount of unlawful gains made by the firm. This comes as a major blow for the US trading firm, which, according to a Bloomberg report, generated over $2.3 billion in net revenue from equity derivatives in India last year. Sticking with alleged scams, Indian techie Soham Parekh, accused of working at multiple startups simultaneously, has admitted to doing so. The serial moonlighter shot to limelight after a US-based AI startup founder, Suhail Doshi, accused him of being a scammer. In a social media post, Suhail alleged that Soham had been scamming people by working at 3 to 4 startups at the same time. Now, this post opened the floodgates, with several other startup founders making similar accusations. Now, later, speaking to TBPN, Soham said he wasn't proud of what he did. However, he added that his financial situation had forced him to take up multiple jobs at once. Moving on to the latest from India-US trade talks, according to various media reports, an interim trade deal between the two countries is imminent. Negotiations are reportedly stuck on 2 key issues. Now, while India wants greater access for products from its labor-intensive industries, the United States is demanding the removal of all tariff barriers on agricultural and dairy products. The Indian side has extended its stay in Washington, D.C. to thrash out a deal ahead of the July 9th deadline. Now, that's the day the pause on US President Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs lifts. The US President has also reiterated this week that India and the US will have a trade deal. And back home, a big headline from the IPO street. HDFC Bank subsidiary HDB Financial made a stellar market debut this week. The stock listed at 835 rupees a piece, a premium of around 13% over its IPO upper price band of 740 rupees per share. According to an analysis by Money Control, this makes it the most successful listing among all public issues worth over 10,000 crore rupees launched in India since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. And now a quick look at the Indian stock market performance this week. Indian equities failed to maintain the momentum gained last week, retreating from their multi-month highs. The Sensex slipped almost 1% from last week's high to end below the 83,500 level. The Nifty saw a similar cut, ending in the red for the week. Now, all eyes are on the fine print of the India-US trade deal. And that's all we have on this week's Hook Business News Wrap. Log on to hook.online to watch our latest episode of our podcast, Startup to Scale Up.